Unfortunately, the last game of the last match was cut off. We did end up losing the game, ended up not quite being able to cast our Grave Titan. Gonna see if I can find the game in the game logs and just recap it there. But yeah, so just we did lose that match, and so now we are going into the fourth round. 2-1 at the moment. We will see you next round. Okay, here we are for round 4. Let's go take a look at our opponent's deck, see what we're up against. Let's see here. That is, if we can find our opponent. So our red, green, white has got Incinerate. Okay. This hand looks acceptable. We could use some black, but I think it'll work. Okay, I guess we'll just start racing with our Child of Night. So we're happy to just incinerate that and then bash in. We could also like play Devouring Swarm here, and then block and then Gravedigger to get it back. But I think that killing the Sentinel is actually just fine. We could have also just dropped Tunneler there. I mean, that actually might have been better. Hard to say. Always happy to see our opponent, not having extra cards to play here. So I guess he has some sort of removal, and that's fine. We'll just get him right back. The next turn we can drop Swarm and Child of Night. And just keep pushing. Could also just drop Blood Rage Vampire here, which I think is fine. So he's got all three colors. Not quite sure what he's got going on here. We could mind route him to see what his tricks are. I kind of like that play just because it's always nice to know what your opponent's got going on. Yeah, getting a Sir Angel out always makes me feel better. Guess he chose not to tap us down. If he wants to trade Lockkeeper for Child of Night, I'm just fine with that. I mean, I guess he plays like, yeah, Pegasus there, Lockkeeper here. Yeah, so not tapping Lockkeeper was pretty bad. Yeah, and now Lightning Elemental's pretty good too. Just kind of really getting the beats in. I mean, I suppose he could blow us out with like Plains into Day of Judgment, but pretty unlikely. And that's game one. Okay, so red, white, green with Incinerate. What do we want to bring in? Definitely bring in Deathmark. Let's have a look here. Well, Deathmark for sure. We might bring in Distress. Not sure. What do we want to take out? Let's see. Crown is great to keep his tapper under control. If he has Arbalest Elite, the Elemental might be kind of awkward, but I think it's fine. If we can like trade it for like a 4 power green creature or something like that. Not actually sure what I want to cut here. I think Mind Rat is fine. Skeleton is fine. Cut like Blood Rage Vampire, it doesn't really do much for us. I mean, it's okay, but one of our weaker cards. I guess it's marginally, well, I kind of like Elemental a little better, just for our curve. This looks fine. And this hand is definitely good, keeping it for sure. Okay, so Fireball is pretty good here. In the meantime, let's try to start racing with Child Knight. See if we can lock down his mana a little bit. Yep. Yeah, Fireball is a total beating right here. Okay, and then we'll drop the tunneler to chump the piker. If he wants to get super aggressive, I suppose he can tap us on his turn, but I mean, he might want to. Yep, looks like he is. So he bashes us down to 12. We fireball 2 of his guys. Chump or trade with Piker on the next turn. Blood Ogre, yuck. Okay. I think at this point we just have to take these 2 out, so we can't take control of the game. And then we just, the next turn, drop Crown, tap his guy. Yeah, I think that's better. Yep. Let's get these 2 out, and then trade with Piker, go to 9. And then Crown tap his guy down. Or we could even go down to like 6 and Gravedigger the Child Knight. But I kind of like keeping this guy in lockdown, because that way the next turn we can then, you know, potentially, you know, make another play. So hopefully he doesn't have like Gorhorn Minotaurs here. That would be really awkward. Okay, that's actually an amazing draw for us. So drop Skeleton, drop Crown. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I mean, what we could do instead of dropping Crown here is we could just wait for this to die and then end a turn, bring it back. Next turn, play the Gravedigger, get the Child of Night, play that. Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit more, actually. So having that chump blocker is just pretty clutch here. Okay, that's pretty bad. So he drops us to 2. We really need to get our Child of Night online. Okay. Gravedigger Child, we play Child. Yeah. Then if he's got anything, I mean, we're dead anyways, but I think this is our best play. Okay, that's pretty awkward. If he gives that thing haste, we go to 1, and we have to play and tap the Ogre if he doesn't attack us. Okay, yeah. Whew. Yeah, I think that's going to be his play. Okay, now that does not make sense to me. Because clearly we just block here, chump here, attack next turn, go to 3. Not sure what his game is here. Okay, so we Gravedigger the Gravedigger, bash in. Okay, yeah, so we Gravedigger the Gravedigger. Then we just replay we chump here, bring in skeleton end of turn. Yeah. I think that is our play. Otherwise, like, if he has a trick here, I mean, he could just get us. Because if he has a trick for Gravedigger, we just lose. If we drop Fire Slinger, we have a little bit more protection. Yeah, I feel a bit better dropping Fire Slinger here. Just gives us one more layer of protection. Happy to just chump with Gravedigger, keep that cycle going. Yep. Arbalest Elites. Okay. Alright, so if we tutor for Incinerate, kill the Arbalest Elite, bash in, go to 5, chump this guy, go down to 2. Oh god. Yeah, I think we need to actually do that. Otherwise, I mean, we could... Let's see, we get shock? No. We could get shock. Doesn't really help us, though. We could get Grave Titan. The problem with getting Grave Titan is then what happens. So if we get Grave Titan, we can play our crown, and then keep this guy tapped down. We still want to bash it. We need to kill this thing now, I think. I think we just go get Incinerate. Yeah. This way we go to 5, chump the Blood Ogre, go down to... Okay, let's see what he's got here. Go down to 4, and he's a bad player, so he didn't even use the ability. That makes me feel better. So now we just chump. And start recurring. Okay. I think we may have stabilized here for the moment. Gravedigger for Gravedigger. And we'll just recur the skeleton. Yep. It's a close one. Alright, so let's keep the Gravedigger chain going. And then get our guy back. So that could free up some of our mana. So now we can Gravedigger for Gravedigger. And drop the Hellhound. We could drop Crown here also and then start tapping down his flyer. I mean, we are at 5. I think we can actually just drop down the Hellhound. Let's see, if we drop Hellhound, we go to 4. If he has Incinerate, he can still kill us. So we go to 4. The next turn we have some extra mana. Tap his guy down. No, I think we just save this so we can block and then bring this back into turn. Yeah. Sun Titan. Okay, that's trouble. That is ridiculous. Problem with stabilizing over a long period of time like this is you can just get blown out by a powerful red. Sure, so we get Sun Titan, Lawkeeper back. It's going to be pretty hard to not lose to Sun Titan, so we can tap him down with Crown, which we have to do. Okay, how do we win this? We have to play Crown, no question, and leave up 3 mana for it. We get knocked down to 3 in the air by Griffin. How do we win this? So if we Gravedigger for the... I think we have to Gravedigger for the Child of Night so we don't die. Alright, so we Crown. Five mana, 3 mana left. 2 to use this guy to get him back. Don't have mana to Gravedigger, unfortunately. Could drop Hellhound here. Hellhound doesn't really help us at all. Okay, we definitely drop Crown. I think that's just all we can do is just drop Crown. Definitely in a pretty rough spot here. Yep. Okay. We might have had to assume that he was going to tap this guy last turn and play out the Hellhound there. It's really hard to know, though. Okay, Okay, so what's our play this turn? If we Gravedigger for Child of Night, well, Gravedigger for Gravedigger. It's a 3 mana for this. It's only 4, 1 open. We Gravedigger for Child of Night straight up because we're at such low life. It's 4, 6, not enough. So I think we drop Gravedigger, tap his guy, and just end up chumping again. Hope to draw something good here. This is definitely not looking good for us at all. Otherwise we could drop Automaton and then be able to tap his guy down and potentially bring this guy back. I think we just have to Gravedigger here. We need to set up Gravedigger for Child of Night so we can do it next turn and have it matter, I think. Yep. Yeah, Sun Titan is a total beating, so pretty hard to win against that card. Yep. If he plays anything here, I mean, we're probably dead anyways. Alright, so gotta play Child of Night. Gotta play Automaton on vampires, I think. Yeah. Or actually, I suppose we can just play Hellhound here. Yeah, we just play Hellhound. Hellhound chumps after he taps this guy. Try to get in, tap his guy. Okay, yeah, that's the play. Unfortunately, we're a little bit low on time, so we gotta be a little bit fast too. We basically, I mean, at this point, I'm not even sure we can draw to pull us out of this situation. Like, we need... I mean, we could draw maybe, like, Grave Titan. Might pull us out of it. Alright, so he taps that guy, that's fine, whatever. I'm actually happy that he tapped that guy, so now we can block with Skeleton. Actually, I mean, if he had saved his Lawkeeper there, or the, yeah, just so he could tap down our Child of Night on our turn, don't think we could even win this game. But he did not. It may still not even matter. Okay, so now we drop down Automaton.